Hello folks, Chuck here, Hillbilly Half Acre Homestead. Just gonna set this tripod. Sorry, don't want to make anybody sick here, but I need to set this tripod because I don't have a steady enough hand to hold it still. Okay, here's my main original hive. Just want to give you all a little update on what's going on with the bees, okay? On May the 29th, you saw the video. I made a couple of 5-frame splits off of this hive. I made a medium and I made a deep 5-frame split. Okay. Now I'll take you over here. Right here on this pallet. I'm getting ready to move all these. I'm building a hive stand. I'm gonna trying to get a hive stand set up where I can set all of them on one. I'm building it. It's going to be about, I don't know, 5 or 6 feet long. I think I can fit all of these on here. This is the medium box that I built, okay? And put a split. Made a split, queenless split the other on May the 29th into this box. This is out of the super, or out of the upper hive body on my 10-frame hive that we were just looking at. Okay, the upper super is a medium. And so what I did was I took 4 or 5 frames out of that and I put into here. They had plenty of eggs and larvae. I thought evidently the larva that it had was not, evidently it was too old, because I looked back in here and there is a couple of queen cells in here, but I don't think they're very good because they're just, I don't know, they just don't look right. They look small, they look dinky, and they look kind of shriveled up. It's not something that I would want to really rely on. But the good news is, I went through all the hives today. I'm sorry it was windy. It seems to be really still now, and I think they're supposed to get some storms later on this evening, but I went through all the hives today, and I had the 2 queenless. First of all, let me show you the other 5-frame. Here we go. I'm trying to hold this thing steady. I'm probably failing miserably, but you know, that's why I'm a beekeeper and not a movie producer, I guess. Okay, here we are. This 5-frame right here, I don't know how well you can see that. This was originally supposed to be a bait hive. Unfortunately, I never got it put out this year. So what it is, this is a regular 5-frame box, but it's got a permanent, well, it doesn't have to be permanent, but it's screwed in place, the bottom is. And it's got, I want to say that's about an 1.1 inches. It might be less than that, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's the 1 hole in the side. It's got the migratory lid here. Of course, this is a deep. Okay, and I made this split also on May the 29th. Okay, well, about 5 or 6 days later, I wanted to go through these and see if they were pulling out queen cells on any of them. Okay, like I said, on the medium over there, didn't fare too good. Okay, as far as the queenless part goes, that was kind of a disappointment there. So I came over to check into this box 5 or 6 days after the split, and what happened was I realized that from the big hive, the one that I made the split off of, this 5-frame deep box right here has my original queen. When I transferred a frame into this nuke, I missed the queen. And she was on one of the frames that I put into this box. So this split is queen right because, well, it's the original queen. This is the original queen, one that I picked up from Don Kuchenmeister, the Fat Bee Man. I think I actually installed those around the 6th of April. I had 2 of them. Okay. This is one of them. This is the one that was in my big 10-frame hive. okay? And if you'll remember, if you look back at those videos, the other one I put into a 5-frame hive that I had on the other side of the house, and we'll show you that. And if you've been keeping up with videos, you'll know that just recently we expanded that 5-frame nuke. We expanded that up into an 8-frame, okay? And so this hive right here, this nuke is doing just fine. It's got a queen in there. She's laying good. And basically no worries here, okay? You can see the bees. They're taking care of the entrance and everything. Alright, so queen right hive here, okay? Nothing fancy. I made the whole thing myself, including the frames inside. From there, it could have a couple that I had installed in the main 10-frame hive. Okay, we're going to go back over here. So, that being the case, okay, so you're probably thinking, okay, well, if you transferred the queen out of this big 10-frame hive from where she was laying, building this hive up, so what's happened to this hive? Well, you know, obviously the hive went queenless, and it had just a ton of larvae and eggs in here, and they just I don't know, I couldn't even tell you how many queen cells were in this hive. It was just unreal. Well, I had it timed out. I thought Wednesday. You know, this is being filmed on late on a Monday evening. It's getting close to dark. I hope you guys can see okay. It looks okay through the display on the camera, but I don't know if that's what you guys will actually end up seeing later. So what happened was, this thing was just full of queen cells, okay? And like I said, I was going to wait until 2 days from now, till Wednesday. I thought that was when I needed to check for cells, and they should be just about ready to emerge, okay? Something told me when I woke up late today, and it was just a pretty sunshiny day, that I needed to come check these hives. And I don't know what it is, so I got all my garb on, lit my smoker. I come out here, I opened up these hives. Like I said, the medium 5-frame nuke over there, it was a disappointment as far as, you know, producing a queen goes. Okay, the other one, like I said, had my original queen. So this hive was packed. Let me say it again. It was packed with queen cells. Let me tell you what I did. I went into this hive, and I'm looking at queen cells, right? The first frame I pulled out of this hive. Okay. I'm holding the frame up, and I'm looking it over, and right on the bottom of the cell, or of the frame, I'm sorry. I just happened to look just in time, and I watched a virgin queen emerge from one of the queen cells. So I was so excited. First queen that's been produced here on the Hillbilly Half-Acre Homestead, the first honeybee queen. The others we purchased, and the first one originally came with the hive, naturally, and we lost that, and then we purchased 2 more. So I was so excited. I picked up the queen, or I got the queen on my glove with a couple or 3 workers, and I went just marching into the house, showed my wife. I said, "Come here, I gotta show you something." So we got in there under the light, and I said, "Look, you know what that is? A honeybee?" I said, "No, that's my first queen." I said, "Awesome." And well, you know, it was just an exciting moment on the homestead today, and that's one reason, even though it was so late, I wanted to make this video and share it with you guys. But when I came back out, I remembered having did a couple of just very disappointing queen cells, and I don't even think they're going to emerge. But if they do, well, I'm sure they're not going to now, okay? Because what I did was, that virgin queen, I came back out and I pulled the top off of that 5-frame medium nuke that we were just looking at over there, and I put that virgin queen in there. And that thing is just full of bees. It had four full medium frames that were covered originally with capped brood and bees. They were covered in nurse bees. Not to mention, every frame was covered in capped brood that was getting ready to emerge. Okay, so that little nuke is packed full. And so it won't be long. I'm hoping it'll hold off just like it is and be fine. She flies out and gets mated, comes back, starts laying. I'm hoping right away to be able to expand that up to an 8 frame, just like we did the other one around on the other side of the house. But I found so I pulled that frame out. I set it to the side in another 5 frame box that I had. Okay. But before I did, I got to looking at it, and there's several other cells on it, queen cells. Okay. And I'm looking the frame over again, and I see another virgin queen on that same frame. So I thought, well, you know, I don't have a way to accommodate all of these queen cells. Oh gosh, I wish I did. I wish I had about 3 or 4 queen castles and some mating nukes, and I don't know, there was probably a good 10 or 12, 15 more cells in this hive when I put it back together. And that's after I pulled out the 1 frame that was loaded. Okay, so when I saw the second virgin queen, okay, I thought, well, I've got 1 more box. Okay, and here's what I did. Okay, you can tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I guess I'm gonna find out if it's successful shortly. Best I can tell, I should know something in probably, what, about a week and a half. Anyway, what I did was, in this 5 frame box, see, you'll see this is another one. In this 5 frame box, it's just like the other one that was sitting around here on the flatbed trailer. Got the little hole in the side. It's got 2 frames in it. Okay? And if they'll let me, I'll show you. Okay, it's got 3 frames, but one of them's not drawn out, I don't think. Anyway, I put 1 frame, and in the super on that hive, on the big 10 frame hive, it had several frames of honey. With honey, none of them completely capped, none of them completely full, but I pulled 1 medium frame. Even though this is a deep box, I pulled out a medium frame with honey and some pollen and put it in here. Okay, and the other frame that had queen cells and had the other emerged virgin queen, I put that frame, virgin queen, queen cells and all, put it in here with the medium frame that had honey and pollen on it. And I'm hoping just to, you know, even though I don't have this full of frames, I'm hoping this will work out for a mating nuke. And what will happen is I can make I get another queen here. She flies out and gets mated and makes it back. This will eventually be another full hive. And you know, it's still early in June. I mean, I don't know, but I don't know that much about the honey flow here in northeast Arkansas. So I put out some feed today, an open feeding container, and they didn't show a lot of interest in it. So I'm thinking evidently there's still a flow on, they're still finding something. I just don't know what it is. I wish I did. I guess that'll come as time goes by. I'll learn what's blooming and what's, you know, and what's done, and you know, when the flows start and when they stop and all that. But I sure don't know anything about that stuff yet. But anyway, hopefully this queen she'll fly out in 3 or 4 or 5 days, something like that, and get mated. And when she does, we'll check back, I think in about a week and a half, something like that. I can check back in here. Really, I probably should wait 2 weeks, because these queens, I watched one of them emerge, and the other one probably emerged today as well. I think the best thing for me to do is just let these sit. So here's what's happening. I've got the queen in here. The virgin queen emerged, I'm going to say, today. This is Monday, I'm not sure, it's June 7th or 8th, I'm not sure. Okay, and I've got the other queen in the 5 frame medium nuke. I've got that queen. She emerged today. I watched her emerge. Okay, and I've got her. She's got the same. Oh, it's the same deal. About 4 days or so, and she'll fly out. Sorry about the noise, folks. That's my lens cap. I'm carrying this thing around, and it keeps flopping up against the tripod making a noise. That's probably pretty annoying. I'm sorry about that. Okay, now we're going to come back over here. It's a 5-frame nuke. Now this one, same deal. Give it about 2 weeks. Okay. Well, the original hive, the original 10-frame. Remember, I told you I had a frame of honeybee or of queen cells and everything left in that hive. So if there's not another queen emerged already in this hive, within the next day or so there will be. And then we'll give this one 2 weeks as well. So as of right now, I think a hive is only considered queen right if it actually has a mated queen and she is laying. So that being the case, I have right now 5 total hives. You know, 3 of them are nukes, of course, but 5 total hives. 5 total hives, 3 and only 2 of them are queen right. Okay, that 5-frame that's over there on the trailer, which you probably can't see, and I'm not going to walk back over there right now. And we've got the 5-frame that we recently expanded to an 8-frame around here. Okay, and they've been doing really well. Queen is laying well. I still haven't got the front of that hive right. Oops, you can't even see it. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I still haven't gotten the front of that hive raised up like I needed to. But anyway, it's just a little update. It's gonna let you know what's going on with the bee situation. New experience for me as a beekeeper today. Very exciting time on the homestead as far as the bees go. Stay tuned. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We've got some videos coming up. I'm gonna cut this video off, folks. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. We got some more stuff coming up. We want to show you some other updates and what have you from the homestead and what have you. But today it was just an exciting experience for me. First honeybee queens produced on the Hillbilly Half-Acre Homestead, and we are so excited. So we're gonna cut it off here. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it wasn't too boring for you. I've just been pretty much rambling. I hope the video wasn't too shaky. Ordinarily I make a video and I just set up the tripod and let it sit there so it's nice and still, but today I was walking around and talking, so we'll get this in on the computer and take a look at it. Hopefully it's not too shaky or what have you. I don't want to make anybody have motion sickness or something like that. So anyway, have a great day, folks, or great evening, great night, whatever is the case in your part of the world, and God bless.